Today's show is called Speech is Spoken and Heard on March 2nd, 2026.
So every answer to any question about why we all exist and how we can manipulate reality to have any desire or squash any fear is written right into the language of words and digits and in oral speech, whether it is spoken or heard.
The key to mastering speech and language to manipulate your reality is by claiming yourself as the master of any reality you desire. Alternatively, you can allow your values to be twisted and turned and pushed around by outside influencers who are manipulating the speech and language in the media and institutions. Quite simply, the power to bend reality is under our noses, at the tip of our tongues and ears.
The true power you have to manipulate reality via words and speech is discovered when the true history of the words and their symbolic equivalent is known via usage and application, allowing you to spread out the various pieces to reveal the actual values, the actual power, and the bigger picture. So when you're born, you have the entire format of the journey of life built into you. It can be seen as 4 equal quadrants or 4 cardinal directions. On a blank square piece of paper, write one centered horizon line or a common symbol, and then put one centered vertical line to make the charge symbol. This creates an image of 4 quadrants and the basis of this argument.
If you turn the entire pair of lines 1/8 to the right or left, it makes an X. It is the same if you added a slant or bias to each line. This X is within the squared and equilateral lines and indicates the designed pathway of the human being. When you take the centered lines with the X overlaid, it makes the asterisk symbol. The asterisk appears over the 8. There are 8 points in the asterisks, 8 convergences, and 1 center point.
And that's one hell of an idea. So it all starts in the prime, and that's before the southwest corner of the page begins, from literally nowhere, just a thought. So out of this southwest corner of the quadrant, the prime emerges into manifestation. And this is where life emerges from the prime. This quadrant would be named the OS, operating system, but also comes with the ability of the new user to use another OS, observation science. So the entire name of this quadrant is II, or OS with OS, to determine your position and your fate. This is the game plan quadrant. This quadrant or stage of life is the time of life that includes from the time you are in the fetal state up to about 3 years of age.
N and the letter is the child and displays the northwest to southeast journey. The journey continues on from the southwest corner to the northeast corner along the line of the X. Before 3 years of age, the notion of dark and invisible is not judged by the child. It simply is part of its world. After 3 years of age on, the notion of dark and invisible starts to become a wonder and eventually a fear. From around 5 years of age on, the child enters the realm of putting its attention to light, noise, shiny things, and tasty things. This is the realm of noise and light. Noise and light are in the northwest corner.
The noise and light realm is also the realm of sophomores who don't have to be accountable. But if the whole world becomes accountable, eventually everyone will be accountable. But back to the journey of life. From this northwest corner of noise and light, the child from around 8 years of age on travels also the second X line from the northwest corner to the southeast corner, the realm of space and quietness, where the child ruminates, uses its imagination, makes values, sleeps, and entertains new ideas and emotions.
These four realms can take any proportion of attention from the user. In today's fast-paced, high-tech world, most are putting their highest proportion of attention to the realm of light and noise. This lowers the proportion of the other three realms and the center point. The solution to balance and progression is obvious unless your eyes are blinded by light and your ears are filled with noise. This yields the realm of oblivious.
Now we move on to the future of the discovery of what we forgot. We're all taught and carry this knowledge of the speech and the words along with the digits to represent the sequences, the processions. The digits and words carry their history just like our lives do, observable through etymology, philology, and historical record and observation.
The greatest obstacle to overcome to discover these secrets is to make space and quiet in our environment and thinking. The saying, less is more, is especially relevant here in regards to less noise and light yields more quiet and space. All discoveries are found in the symbols of speech, the sounds that enter our ears or leave, and from our tongues, and our determination or formulation of values.
Those values are determined in proportions and in many ways, but most dramatically and effectually through the weight that we place on the various line of our emotions. When we pay attention to all the noise and the shiny things, our emotions become diffused and then confused. This leads to what's known as an emotional trigger problem that occurs when we hear certain keywords in certain contexts and certain social situations.
We can learn to control our thoughts and emotions by determining the true value of the words and the meanings. This prevents any sinister proposals from getting past our knowledge of speech and words. Our superior knowledge of words, sequences, and speech grants us confidence and better relationships. The application of the knowledge is seen as a demand from our brain to arrange neurons to better suit our desire.
And none of this is possible until we see value in finding what is within the space and quietness realm, the southeast quadrant, where the sun comes up and becomes the dawn. The first step into seeing value in space and quiet is to offer yourself the potential, just the potential, that this value may or does exist. How does one see a change tomorrow? By forcing a change today. If you offer yourself a new potential today, that is a change that you forced by your own will.
And now let's look at how letters and digits show the format of the universe. Letters and digits are drawn in curves and angles. These lines also represent angels and angles, or the feminine and masculine energies. The feminine is a common force seen in the common symbol, the dash. The masculine is the charged force seen in the charged symbol, the plus sign. The newborn child is neutral and equal to the multiplier seen in the multiplier symbol, the asterisk. Their order of appearance is the asterisk, the dash, and the plus sign. These three energies are seen in all things, animate or inanimate. The newborn child is neutral, plus it holds the multiplier spark, which is undefinable but knowable through its expressions.
We human beings are each born new with all four forces as our operating system, our OS, and our anatomy allows our observation skill or observer skill. It's an operator system and an observer skill that matches it. The four forces when we're born are the neutral, the multiplier, the common, and the charged. The child spends its life spreading its attentions around these four energies. When the child learns to balance all four energies, it achieves parity in all things and is granted the central element, the fifth element.